What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Poor Decisions Podcast. I am your host, David.
And I'm Marcus.
And we welcome you once again here on this lovely podcast where we are going to do something a little different today, a little interesting. First of all, let me encourage everyone to, as always, pull up a seat, pull up a seat, pour up a drink. You'd swear I'd started drinking already. And join us on this lovely Freaky Friday.
Freaky Friday.
Hell yeah. On Freaky Friday over here, we encourage this day to be typically your exotic drinks. You don't have to go crazy. Like, I don't want you putting cockroaches in your drinks, but, you can do whatever pleases you. So, Marcus, tell us what our episode is going to be today, and then tell us what you're drinking.
Okay, so today is going to be a snake draft. So for those of you who don't know how it works, if David goes up first, he'll have first round, first pick. I will have first round, second pick. And then I will go down and have second round, first pick. So it'll go David, me, David, me, and so on. I think we're doing 5 rounds, right?
Yeah, we said 5.
Yep.
All right, we're doing 5, baby.
And then for my drink today, I have a little blackberry Crown Royal and lemonade mixture.
Okay. Sounds good. For me today, I went a little hood on mine. I have a Baja Blast with a lime buzzball. I originally was looking for apple, couldn't find it too well at where I was at, but then I was like, okay, I'll grab this one. I poured it up, and it's not bad. I was trying to do like those little, you probably seen those TikTok videos where people have the little jugs of alcohol and they just dump it all in there with like kink and all that. And that was where I was inspired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen the one where you go into like the gas station and it's got the cup and like 4 different drinks that you mix into it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the exact one. So yeah, I tried to recreate that. It's okay. It's not my finest moment. I've let my alcoholic ancestors down, but we digress, I guess.
That's okay. We'll make it up here with the snake draft we got going.
All right. Snake draft time here on Freaky Friday.
So for the snake draft, the topic is going to be fictional characters you want on your team during a zombie apocalypse.
Here we go, baby. So
if you want to go first, David.
Okay, I realized we didn't pick who was going to get first round, first pick.
Yeah, I'll let you go. I'll give you honors.
Oh, you're being generous. It's a lot of pressure. You get the first round, first pick. I'm a little nervous. I don't know if this is going to be the right decision, but, like we always say, fuck it. So for my first round, first pick, I'm going with, as my number one teammate in an apocalypse, is Tony Stark.
I feel like that is a basic answer.
Let me explain to you why. The first pick, I'm doing this based off of survival. I'm trying to survive this bad boy. I don't know why, because it ain't gonna get no better, but maybe. I only picked Tony Stark, not even because he's Iron Man. I picked him for intelligence. I need someone who's gonna game plan master this thing, set up booby traps, and hook us up to survive us. So I need that Tony Stark intelligence.
Okay. I mean, again, basic. I feel like if we're going fictional characters, there are so many. And if that is your first round, first pick, you are about to be absolutely demolished.
Oh, this ought to be good. Go ahead.
So for my first round pick, someone who would not even be fazed by a zombie apocalypse, could care less, but would want to help the human race, I'm going Optimus Prime.
Wait a minute. Optimus Prime was your first
Optimus
round
Prime.
pick? You picked
A
giant robot
who cannot
car?
be infected,
Okay.
has guns to just blow the zombies away, and he has a soft spot for humans. So he's going to help me and the rest of the people who are alive to continue on.
I feel like you let me down on that one.
Oh, I have a sleeper pick that I'm going to save until 5 because I know for a fact you're not going to pick it.
Okay.
And you're going to hear it and you're going to be blown away.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
It should be my first round, first pick.
Okay.
But I think it'll just make it so much better as my 5th round pick.
This man said Optimus Prime Autobots. All right. I mean, you do what you want. I don't know. I don't know how much usefulness he's gonna. He can't fit into buildings, bro. He's just gonna be outside.
He doesn't need to fit into buildings. He can sit outside, and the zombies can climb up on him and try to bite him, and he's just gonna energon their ass away.
Energon. That is fair.
They can't do anything to this man.
I will give you that credit of that he will not get infected, so you don't have to fight a giant zombie robot. I will give you
And
that
guess
credit.
what?
Yeah.
He doesn't run out of fuel.
He just runs
He's
out
a
of
big
patience.
rig, so he's got a sleeping area. Like, we're just a trucker going around the zombie apocalypse and not having to worry about anything.
All right, I guess that's fair. I mean, you got to love everywhere, so yeah, you could have him sleep there while he's recharging. Okay, now what's your second round pick?
Now, here is where I started having trouble. I think I'm going to go against my better judgment here. And I'm going to go Rick Sanchez.
Ooh,
from Rick and Morty.
Now that I respect. I respect that one a lot. But sorry, tell us why.
At the end of the day, if I am overrun, whatever reason Optimus Prime fails, me and good old Rick are just going to go to an alternate universe where there are no zombie apocalypse. I'll go kill myself in that universe, and I will live as myself in that universe happily ever after.
Wait a minute, hold on. So why are you going to leave this universe to go kill yourself in that universe when you could just... Oh, wait, do you mean kill yourself as in find yourself and kill yourself?
Yes, I'm going to find myself in that universe, kill that version of me, and then replace that person.
Oh, that makes a lot more... Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. You know, I respect that pick a lot. I thought at first, I was like, why is this boy just going to off himself in another universe? Just do yourself here, and then you live happily over there or whatever. And then I realized, wait, when you said kill yourself, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Damn, I like that one. That's a good pick. I respect that a lot. Pickle Rick all day, baby.
Pickle Rick.
So, for my second round pick, I picked this one. And it's funny because as we're going through it, I had similar mentalities. I think we just approached it differently. So this character I picked simply because I need a powerhouse that's going to be able to protect us, but that can also give me the stuff I need in case there's some exotic thing I can't reach and get. And that is why for my second round pick, I'm going Dumbledore.
He's literally sitting right here on my list.
Is he on your list?
He's on my list.
Yes.
And that was probably going to be my next pick.
Oh, was it really?
I have him right here.
Oh, man, it's a good thing you got backups then, huh?
Let's cross him out.
Yeah, I'm going Dumbledore. You need to have magic on your squad, bro. Like, if you don't have magic, you're kind of like it's not earth-shattering, but you definitely need it to make a huge difference. And I feel like I was trying to think, who's the strongest wizard I can think of? Now, obviously, there are some other picks like, Sir Doctor Strange. But I was like, I'm going to go Dumbledore. I want Old Man River around. I want him to, give me the wisdom that Doctor Strange don't have. You know what I mean?
I agree.
I'm glad you had Dumbledore.
I had someone else that I was thinking of, and now I have to think if I want that pick.
Oh, well.
So I'm not going to say who it is.
Okay, because I got my third rounder. Now, my third rounder I had the same mentality that I wanted it to be someone who wasn't going to get infected. For now, I say this, but I say for the most part, he's not going to get infected. For my third round pick, your boy is picking Darth Vader. And let me tell you why. I'm picking Darth Vader because one, he's like 90% machine at this point. So his likelihood of being transformed into a zombie statistically low. It's still there. I won't hold you against that. But it's like statistically low. So nor is he statistically low on that, but he also is the Empire. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why didn't I pick a Jedi? Because after episode, the original one, the Jedi aren't around. So I'm not going to pick somebody that's already in a struggle. Like, we're in a struggle of a zombie apocalypse, and now you want me to pick another struggle? Like, bitch, pick a struggle. Like, we don't need to have both. So just
now, but here's the thing. If we're going fictional characters, I feel like we could pick what timeline that fictional character is coming out from.
That's true, too. I was just thinking, I don't know. I always think of prime people, but I don't know what prime for certain characters are. Like, what's Darth's prime? Because we only have movie, and then, of course, you have your comics and stuff, but I don't read that, so I don't know what his prime is. I just know he's a bad, cold dude, so.
I mean, I like the pick.
And
I do. I like the pick.
And I was thinking about what you
was
said.
on my list.
Oh, was he really?
Low, very low.
Oh, okay. I'm not stealing the topic.
No, it's a replacement.
Okay. And on top of that, he has ships and stuff, so we can get off of that planet if we want to and go to Tatooine, where the poor lonely senator named Emperor Palpatine was from.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I can't hate on the pick. It's a good pick. I think there were better Star Wars characters.
Interesting. Okay. We'll have to have a discussion on that one because I want to know who you would have picked over that. Now, I was thinking Mace, but Mace got clipped, so I can't yell out him, really.
See, and Mace would have been mine.
And I thought you would have picked Mace, too. Not saying
Mace would have been mine, but that's with the idea that we can pick them at any time point. Mm-hmm. If we're picking them currently, obviously, well, I'm not going to say obviously. I'm going to put you a little secret here. Mace Windu's still alive. I believe it. I'll go to the grave with it. Disney is in a slump right now, and if they want to come out of the slump, you make a Mace Windu movie where he comes back for revenge.
Bruh, and then just put at the end of one of the episodes, like one of the new movies, Mace will return in Star Wars Episode 10.
And then actually never have him show up.
Just have us on the edge of our seats. Where's Mace? Give us Mace.
Exactly. Every movie, you're waiting for him to pop up.
Absolutely. I'm still waiting for him to pop up.
He's going to.
Promise. All right, Marcus, hit us with your third pick. Hear the pencil.
I think I'm going to. I'm very surprised that you didn't pick this person. So I'm going to take him.
Okay.
At a cheap third round, and I'm going to go Goku.
Okay. I mean, okay.
I think we're at a point where every morning I'm going to wake up and Goku wants to train. And guess what he's going to go do? He's just going to go kick zombie ass.
You ain't wrong. The man abandons his kids to go train, so you ain't wrong.
And so at some point, he's going to be so motivated that there are no more zombies left. Like, this man will no problem fly from, California to Japan just to fight off the last two zombies. Because those are the only two training partners he have left.
Because they're the strongest in the universe. But
they're the strongest in the universe, and he's going to go kill them.
What happens when you become the strongest in the universe?
Well, see, I will make sure that doesn't happen.
I'll forever stay weak and dependent on Goku, so he doesn't.
Exactly, I will always be number two.
That's what I said about Darth Vader. I was like, would I really pick him because he would try to run the thing, and I'm like, but but do I really want to run it or do I just want to survive? I don't really care. And he's not going to expect much out of me. I breathe heavy upstairs, so I don't think he's expecting me to go run Tatooine. You know what I mean? So I can see that. So I respect that part, but this man said, and for those who don't know, that's Goku from Dragon Ball Z, in case we...
Oh, that's true. I should put that in there.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that too. So yeah, we have Tony Stark from Marvel, Dumbledore from Harry Potter, which I think everyone knows, and then obviously Darth Vader, and then Rick Sanchez is from Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty. Yeah. Optimus Prime is from Transformers, and Goku's Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
And Dragon Ball and a bunch of different ones.
Okay, this man picked Goku. I had a feeling that was going to come up, like why I wouldn't pick him. And I just kept thinking, like, the man didn't care about his kids. He ain't going to care about me. He don't give a shit about me. But I do see your point about the zombies, though. Like,
yeah, I don't need him to care about me. He can be all about himself. And guess what? He has 100 billion, training partners.
100 billion training partners. Especially if they're like the Last of Us kind of sized clickers and stuff. Oh, bro, that's lethal.
Oh, yeah, if there's a bunch of different ones.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, hit me with your fourth pick.
Okay, now here is where it's going to be controversial for me. And I changed up my idea midway through this draft. As we were setting up, I put this person down because I thought of something.
Okay.
The world is ending. And at every end, there has to be a new beginning. So I'm picking Lara Croft to recreate humanity with. She's resourceful.
Yep.
She's pretty badass. She can handle it herself.
Well, talk to him.
She's got that survival instinct.
Well.
And she's got a fatty.
Amen. Them yams. Okay.
And so,
you know what? I respect that pick deeply. You got to repopulate the earth once Goku kills them all.
So far, I have my tank, who's Goku, who's just going to kill everyone. Mm-hmm. I have Optimus Prime, who can't be infected, and I can just hide inside of him the entire time. I have Rick Sanchez, if something does happen to Optimus Prime, who can take me to a different universe. And if everything goes as planned, I have Lara Croft to recreate humanity with.
Respectable. I respect it. Honestly, I respect the Lara Croft pick. She's badass. She can help clear out the zombies when they start swarming, and what better person to create it with than possibly Wonder Woman, but I didn't have her on my list in case you were wondering.
That's a terrible, terrible mistake by you.
She would dominate. She would destroy you. You would be nothing to her. Okay. So for my fourth pick, and this one this last one I kind of went, last two, I kind of went a little comic booky. But one idea I did have was one you just said about Lara Croft, but I chose her for another reason as well. I'm going Poison Ivy.
Oh, great pick.
Poison Ivy. A, because she can grow us food, so I don't need to leave the house. I don't need to leave the dome. We can stay. Because if you notice, if you ever watch Walking Dead, one of the biggest issues is that they always leave because it gets swarmed. Yeah. And so it's like now we don't have to worry about that. Now I got food right here. And she's actually pretty bad in most of them. Don't get me wrong. I don't like the Thera Thurman. The movie, live action movie one with George Clooney. I'm not a fan of her per se, but in most comic book things, she is very gorgeous. Poison Ivy is gorgeous. And she also is lethal. She can sit over here and make poisonous flowers that kill the zombies. Hell, she might even cure the damn thing. Who knows? The world's whatever. Maybe our kids will. We never know. But I'm going Poison Ivy. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Never
even popped up in my head. But now that I'm thinking about it, it's a good one.
Thank you. See, you thought you had me on this, didn't you? You thought you had
Oh,
me.
I still have you.
I still have. Well, yeah, especially because I'm about to tell you my fifth one.
Go ahead.
My fifth one is kind of in a line with it, which I knew you kind of weren't thinking these two. So that's why I kind of was like, okay, I'll save these two for last and I'll go top heavy. For my fifth pick, I was thinking I'm going to go with Storm from the X-Men. And for my live action people that have seen the X-Men, that's Halle Berry's character.
Okay.
I'm going Storm because she can control the weather, which will help with developing food, as well as she can make it rain. So we basically will have water supply. I don't need to go look for a clean source of water. I don't need to infiltrate nothing.
Okay.
And she controls the weather. So if, we need to make it snow in there and weigh out these zombies, make them White Walkers in Game of Thrones, hey, I'm okay with that. Homeboy ain't got to go outside. We can just have her make them chilly. So I'm going Storm with my final pick.
I feel like if you had not picked Poison Ivy, Storm would be a useless pick. Yeah. Not useless, but...
No, I agree. I think for the most part, it would not have been as great because they both kind of need each other to an extent. Like, we need water. We also need the plants, but they also need the sunlight. So, yeah, I agree. I mean, don't get me wrong. She's definitely broken as an X-Men, but that's a different discussion. But, yeah.
That's a good tandem.
Yeah, but I agree. I fully agree with that in the sense that if I hadn't picked Poison Ivy, I was trying to think of who can create water, but everyone I know needs like water to already exist. So, yeah, that's my fifth. Go ahead.
Okay, why don't you recap your team real quick?
Okay, so my team is Tony Stark of Marvel, Iron Man, aka Dumbledore of Harry Potter, Darth Vader of Star Wars, Poison Ivy of DC Comics or Batman, and Storm from the X-Men / Marvel. Those are my top 5 people I'm surviving. And Storm's fine too, so just leave it at that.
Okay. I know you don't have my fifth pick on your list. Is there anyone that you have that you were really on the edge of adding? My fifth pick's locked in. I'm not changing it.
I had a funny one, and then I had one I was kind of eyeballing. So the one I was eyeballing was Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
Just because he can heal himself, and we probably could try to study him with Tony Stark so that we could. But I also was trying to go a little bit outside of just comic book characters. But I was thinking a little bit of Wolverine.
Okay. And who was your funny one?
Well, I was going to ask you the hot topic question, but I can tell you it right now.
Oh, no, that's fine if we want to leave it.
Okay.
I'm going to give you 2 that I was thinking about picking.
Okay.
One was Deadpool.
Ooh, okay. That's funny.
Right?
Okay.
He gets bit, whatever. He cuts off his arm. He's good to go. It regrows. We move on.
Smart, deadly.
The only thing with Deadpool is that at some point we're going to run out of bullets and he's only going to have a sword.
See, and I thought about that same thing with Punisher too, because I wanted Punisher for lethal, but then I thought about it. I was like, bro, I'm not going to go look for bullets for you, and you better not come back bitten and stuff. So yeah, I agree.
I had another one, which was going to be hard to argue, but I thought it was kind of funny, and it was nostalgic, and I was going to go Danny Phantom.
Ooh, that would have been a plot twist. That's a good one.
I was thinking about it.
Okay. That's not the fifth pick?
That's not the fifth pick.
Ooh, okay. And neither is Deadpool?
Neither is Deadpool.
Damn.
So for my fifth pick, it's going to be controversial.
Okay, blow our minds.
Some would say maybe not fictional.
Okay.
But I'm going to take the fictional version and I'm going to go our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Bruh. Somehow I knew you were going to say some blasphemous shit like that.
I'm telling you, dude.
So listen, I was in church thinking about this. And I saw a poster of Jesus himself, and I looked at it and I said, "Ain't no way." I said, "Ain't no way." This motherfucker Marcus is going to
guess what he's gonna do?
Jesus Cristo himself.
He's gonna sit on the top of Mount Kilimanjaro and say, "Everyone be healed."
He's just going to sit on Mount Everest and say, "Thou art healed," and heal us.
He snap his fingers. It's over.
I knew. I had a feeling.
You know what the funny part is?
I had a feeling.
When I was telling Petra about this, she goes, she actually was the one who brought this up. And she's like, think about it. He can like part the water so you can cross the seas. I was like, oh no, Petra.
First of all, that's Moses, but
that's a different person. I mean, I'm sure he can.
Yeah, I mean, ain't no question, but
I was like, he could do much more than just part oceans.
Bruh, you know what? I give you all the respect for pulling it. Because you know what? I literally sat there. I said, there's no way he's going to pull Jesus. I said, he can't. He can't do it. It's broken. And the man did it.
I'm not going to push anyone's faith, right? People believe that Jesus Christ is a real person, real entity. Mm-hmm. I think we can all not say for a fact, but the Bible has some stories.
The fact that now that I look back at what you said, where you said some say he's fictional, some say he's not fictional. That just dawned on me right now. I'm like, this man set it up. Okay, so you know what?
My team.
Okay, review your team again.
Optimus Prime, Rick Sanchez, Goku, Lara Croft, and our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Shout out Jesus. You know what's funny? All you needed was Aslan from the Witch Wardrobe and whatever
Lion Witch in the Wardrobe.
Yeah, all you needed was that, and you'd literally have all the Jesus Cristo figures of every genre.
Yep.
Except for Lara Croft, but that's a different way. That's funny. Oh, that was a good. You know what? I respect the team. I respect it deeply. You really challenged that. That was a good one.
It took me a while, man.
You're like, man, I had to come to terms with my faith. I had to really decide: is this the move, guys?
Is this the move?
Have you chosen me for this moment? Okay, let me ask you our hot fire question. Are you ready?
Go ahead. Yep.
Well, it's more like, let me just hear it. What was probably, do you have any pick that you kind of looked at and you thought, should I say it just to say it, or it was kind of like goofy? And let me tell you what I wrote, so maybe it'll help you preface. I chose Dr. Robert Neville, or Neville. You know who that is?
No.
That's Will Smith's character in I Am Legend.
Okay.
I picked it because at first I was like, the man has survived it already. Like, he borderline has survived it. He knows what to expect. In fact, they weren't even fully zombies. They were just mutated people. So I was like, maybe he can do it. But then I thought, but he's no goddamn Darth Vader. He's no damn Tony Stark. So I'm like, why would I pick him? So I was like, you know what? Let me ask Marcus if there was any pick that he looked at and kind of was like, should I just put him on the list just to put him there? Or should I like, if he was in a heavier weight class, you'd probably have him on your team?
I think the only one that kind of fits that bill is I almost went with Loki.
Okay.
But my thinking is that he already wanted an army of the dead. And so now I draft him on my team and he's just going to switch sides.
Yeah, for sure. He's for sure stabbing you in the back when you ain't looking, dog.
And so he has the army of the dead that he wanted.
You helped him get there.
I gave him what he wanted.
Not Jesus being betrayed twice. I thought Judas was bad. Now Loki.
Yeah, I mean, that was the only one. Let me look at my list. You know who I wish I could have? If I had one more pick, he'd be on there. And that was Hellboy.
You know, I eyeballed Hellboy. I was like, I don't know fully. The only reason he wasn't on mine was because I didn't know what he fully brought to the table.
Yeah.
But I eyeballed him. I won't hold you. I eyeballed him too.
Him, Kratos.
Okay, I like Kratos a lot.
And I don't know why it popped up, but Kirby popped in my head.
Kirby, like the little pink ball from the Nintendo?
Yeah.
Okay, so you just want him to eat the zombies and then turn into one?
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, we can attack them from the inside.
He can infiltrate, find the dealer, find the supplier.
Infiltrate the dealer.
Find the supplier. He'll infiltrate the zombies, get to know them, maybe even mate with them, and then find out who the main zombie is, who's patient ground zero.
Now, one thing when I was really like just going off the deep edge of what if I made a funny draft, just a straight up, we're going to come into this and you're going to be like, what the hell? And I almost picked, I can't believe I'm forgetting the name right now. Vin Diesel's character in Fast and Furious. Toretto?
Dom Toretto?
Dom Toretto. I almost picked Dom Toretto.
Family.
Because he would just keep the team together.
You know what, though? Hey, if you needed one just for moral support, he'd be the one. Like, he'd be the one to remind you that you all are family, including Optimus Prime up there, that you all are family and that you will do anything for family. But let me ask you this. If you did pick Vin Diesel, do you think he'd ride Optimus or do you think he would?
I think there would be a moment if this team had a movie, there would be a moment that was shared between Dom Toretto and Optimus Prime. The entire movie, they would butt heads until the very end where Dom's like, Optimus, trust me. And Optimus would allow him to manually drive him and do some outlandish, like, donuts into Optimus Prime transforming and cutting open all the zombies with a sword.
He's
and then coming back to the truck.
Megatron and let him ride Megatron in the plane.
So I think there would be a moment.
Okay. You know what? That's actually pretty funny. I respect it though. And I when I was making the list, at one point I tried to think of morale. I was like, we're gonna be down in the zombie apocalypse. I said, what do? Do I bring a musician on, keep us entertained? And then I thought, should I bring maybe a comedian? So I eyeballed a few comedians. You know, I thought about Kevin Hart, but I don't know if I would want to listen to Kevin Hart.
But that's not a fictional character.
I know. Yeah, it wasn't too fictional. So I was trying to think of just like somebody who would be in that realm, like somebody who would be that funny support character.
Yeah, that's a good one. Now that I'm looking at my list, I don't really see that.
Yeah, same. Because I was looking at it and I was like, who can bring up morale? We're gonna be down.
Jesus. Jesus is gonna be my morale booster.
You know what? I just remembered my counter argument. Well, this will be maybe the final point. With that, you have to remember that everything you want to do in a zombie apocalypse, you're not going to be allowed to do.
That's right. He is going to kind of take all the fun out of it, but we're going to be safe. Yeah, right? Like Goku's going to be like mid Kamehameha, and Jesus is going to put his hand on his shoulder and be like, "My son."
That he who is without the first Kamehameha passed the first Saiyan.
And Jesus is just going to walk around and put his finger on every zombie's forehead, and they're just going to turn into like a new person.
Yeah, and then Goku's going to turn on you for picking them.
No, you know what? I have a fix for that. Rick Sanchez can just send him to some other universe.
Okay, that's fair. He'll just teleport him to another.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was thinking about that because I was like, he won't pick it because he won't be allowed to drink anymore. He won't be allowed to party hardy in the zombie apocalypse.
Listen, I'm telling you this. Hot take. Conspiracy theory. Jesus liked to party.
Hey, water to wine.
Water to wine, baby.
That's all we have to say. We're going to get taken down just for saying some shit like that.
100%.
They're going to be like, you can't condone religious blasphemy like that. Well, that was a good one. I appreciate that conversation. So, well, that's going to do it for us here on the Poor Judgment, podcast. We encourage you to come up with your own fictional list. Tell us who you would want on your apocalypse team. Give us your top 5, and also feel free to hashtag Team David or Team Marcus. And don't feel pressured to take Team Marcus because he has Jesus Cristo on his side.
I'm just saying my team has the ability to forgive your sins.
You will be forgiven. As always, we encourage you to pour up a seat, pull up a drink, and join us next time on our next episode of The Poor Judgment. Marcus, anything else?
Hasta luego.
See you later.